hello. Oh wait, recording? Okay, cool. Hello, welcome back to Karagor Studios Remnant Lunar Archon Session 50. Hope you're having a good time. I'm having a good time. It's been a good day. Got lots of schoolwork done. We're hanging out.
Woo! 50!
Yeah, we're on Session 50, the big 5-0. We are about to the
We're
point.
old now.
We're old people. We have to have the midlife crisis. One of the party members needs to make a deal with a demon or something, all that jazz.
What?
Someone's gonna die tonight, I have a feeling. It's gonna happen.
I mean, someone had to die again eventually. We can't just have one person die during the first, 2 sessions, and then no one else in the entire campaign. We'd be like Season 2 of Critical Role, where someone dies in the first, 18 sessions, and then the rest of it's just fine. Though, it's pretty common knowledge among DMs that the higher level your party members get, the more and more difficult they are to kill. Even with the more powerful monsters, it gets exceedingly more difficult to kill your party, even if you want to.
Easy solution, throw a Tarask at them.
Well, that's true, but that's a boring solution. You want them to have
no nuance. There's no skill involved.
There has to be a chance that they could live. A chance that they'll surprise you and survive. They have to go up against all odds and then achieve victory at the last possible moment. Hopefully there will be at least one session where that really happens. There've been some difficult fights for y'all, but I mean, there's going to be at least one session where it's going to be we're really feeling like someone's going to die. I don't know if it'll be this session, depends on how things go, but there will be at least one. I have a plan. I have a plan for the crazy moments. They're going to happen. It's going to be great. We just have to make it that far. I have no idea how long this campaign is going to go on. It's entirely possible that will be done before session 100. Depends on how fast the players go. Which actually, depending on how fast y'all pick up speed, getting to higher levels, y'all could totally finish the campaign before session 100. But if we go slow and do side quests and spend time hanging out in the inns, then we won't. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not even going to try to predict. Anyway, what happened last time? That's the good question. Let's see. Last time I believe was it Jack who described the previous session?
Jack did describe.
Cool. So I need to re-roll because it rolled on you again, and that's not the case. That's not going to happen. Ooh, Mori, would you like to describe what happened last time?
Chippy chippy chappa.
What? Sure. Words. I guess I'll roll again. Oh. I just lost connection. Let's see how the recording likes it. Oh, yeah, I can still hear y'all, and y'all can still hear me. The recording and Fantasy Rounds both say I'm not connected to the internet right now.
Weird.
So you're saying they missed my singing?
The recording would probably still be there, considering I can still hear you. Oh, cloud service reconnected on both sides. Cool beans. We're good. So we got your singing, but what happened last time in the session?
Meow.
Okay, I guess I need to roll again. Or you can decide who you want to call for help.
Like, phone a friend.
Yeah, phone a friend. Who you phoning in?
Any volunteers?
Well, the dice says it should be Sam. So Sam, what happened? The other member of Team Wisdom. What happened? What's up?
Hey, at least I took notes.
It's true, you are the note taker. You're the only one of these people that takes notes, besides me. But
I have a horrible memory, so I have to. All right, so
clearly you're not the only one with a horrible memory, but they don't take notes.
which I actually remember a lot of this really well because I took notes.
Nice.
So we started out last session in Lord Librarian's office. We gave her the shattered memory for the ritual, and then she told us to sit in a circle, and she said that we were going to live the memories of people around the object. that it deemed important, and other details would be fuzzy that it didn't deem important. And then she also said that if we die in the dream, we might die in real life, Inception-wise. And then we did we started the thing, and we got moved into a platform in the middle of a pyramid with sand falling around, and it took us forever to solve the simple puzzle of jumping on both platforms. And on the sides, they both fell down. And then we had Team Wisdom, which was John and Thicket, and Team Power, which was Doug and Gambit and Garand. Team Power is following a storyline of some pirates or privateers or something, and Team Wisdom is in the desert with a dude and his elephant. And we just stopped at a giant crevasse and are trying to get around it or get over it.
Trying to get an elephant across a small ravine crevasse, crack in the ground.
And then the desert captain, monk, shark, sword, aether, and aether are important words apparently. And then the session ended. We were on, Team Power was on Dayton's ship, and it was being attacked by giant eels.
Yeah, so I will share a map. Don't worry about the giant M.
The shrieking eels.
You check the combat tracker.
Shrieking eels.
You should be able to see in the combat tracker what the giant M is for.
Where's the combat tracker?
I guess you never learned how the combat tracker works. In the top right, under the tool section, there's combat tracker. It'll show you and everyone else, including enemies. It'll show you your initiatives. It should tell you if your friends are healthy or hurt. Other useful information. And you can see that one of those is magically armed sailing ship. So the M is the tracker for the hit points of the ship, as well as its cannons and other armaments. So I'm not going to reveal all the enemies yet because there are reasons, but Gambit has seen on the south side of the ship one very large shark. Which one are you? You are 12. Oop. Unidentified creature 12. Any other enemies you haven't fully spotted yet, though Doug has seen the sea serpent, but I'm not showing it on the tracker yet for reasons. So the way this is going to work, we're going to do all of the initiative and everything in just a second. Everyone can roll their own initiatives. I'll overroll all the NPCs. However, I have decided that in order for Maury and Sam not to be left out, they're each going to control some NPCs. One of you will get Captain Dayton. The other will get Ashburn, unless you want to forfeit control of the named NPCs. And then two of you will get Scouts, and the other two will get Scouts. That way you can have control over a couple of the standard crew members that are not important enough by the sword to have their own names and everything. It is worth noting that through them, and technically everyone can utilize this, so I'll just share the thing entirely. The magically armed sailing ship. I will try and share. If I press this, what does it do? No, that lets me talk as them. Maury, it should have shown up for you.
What?
I'm trying to drag.
I can see a card for the magically armed sailing ship.
Yes, that was supposed to be what shows up. For you two in particular, I imagine y'all will use it more. The main thing y'all will want to know for the sailing ship is the weapons. There are two thunder cannons. You can see them on the map, one to the north and south side. that require 2 people to operate. 2 people can use their actions, 1 to aim and 1 to activate the attack. You can use a held action, so you can do those at the same time if you have 2 people. It is a ranged weapon that is a +7 to hit that deals 60-10 thunder damage and has a range of 480 feet long and 120 feet without disadvantage. So you 2 may want to keep that minimized, which you can do by right-clicking on the thing, and then there should be a minimize option. The other things, which one of you is going to take Dayton and which one's going to take Ashburn?
I want Ashburn.
There
Okie
you go.
dokie.
I'll take Dayton.
And y'all
I
should be...
minimized that thing, but I don't know where it went.
There should be a little black, like, token that you can move around
Oh, I see.
and double-click on it to open it back up.
Found it.
So Captain Dayton, it was John. Ashburn is going to Maury. Those should have shown up. You can take a second to look as they go. I also believe each of you should be able to... No, it doesn't look like you'll be able to roll their initiative from... I don't think you can roll their initiative from their sheet. I'll roll it when I roll all the NPCs. Same thing with the scouts. I will share the scout... Oh, to guarantee death? Doug thought I was going to have
I thought the same thing.
each of
I
them
thought the
control a
same
monster.
thing.
That would be fun. Maybe next time. Boop. There are some scouts. They're pretty basic scouts, so whether or not they'd be more useful to use their longbows, short swords, or the 2 of them each use thunder cannons is up to you. They do have Scout parentheses Sam for 1 and Scouts Maury for the others.
Are there
that?
character sheets for these scouts?
I just tried to share it through to you. Did it go through?
I don't see one.
All right, I will share another. Maury, did you get the Scout one?
Yes.
I also did.
Oh, there we go.
I might have accidentally placed it on Garand when I did that. All right, that's all those. So I'm going to roll NPC initiatives. I need the acting party members to roll initiatives. The only unfortunate thing is whenever I do the roll all NPC initiatives, which actually the magically armed sailing ship needs to have initiative 30 because I just want it to be at the top for ease of access. It doesn't actually roll dice in the tracker for when I do that. It just does the random number generation and then puts them where they are. I'm actually going to put the 2 scouts for each of y'all together, just to make them simpler. Cool beans. Is there anyone who hasn't rolled yet? Gambit.
Gambit's getting a person.
Gambit is getting a person.
Hey, funny story. It says that our campaign is not active. It says it's offline. I can't join.
Refresh the page and try again.
I X'd out of it and then I opened it up again.
Do it again. I don't know what to tell you.
Did you check for updates?
Let me check for updates.
In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and press your initiative.
It's probably that. It's probably update.
It could be. You rolled pretty
It let
poorly
me join earlier, but when my computer went to sleep, it kicked me out.
Maybe because it's still counting you as in there because your computer went to sleep and you didn't leave it. You might.
Oh,
It
that
may have
could
been
be.
enough time now. It may have been enough time now. If you reload it, it might be the difference.
Yeah, it's also
Okay.
possible that it thinks that you are already on, maybe. You may have to go to Taskmaster and see if you can close out the program.
Yeah,
Maybe it thinks you're already there. Also for heights, because heights may become important throughout this. If the ground zero is the base deck of the ship, The water is 10 feet down, and each staircase goes up 5 feet. Or if it becomes relevant for ranges later. It may not. But... Let's see, not magically armed sailing ship, which I will need to make sure, because I have to keep track of their hit point of each different part of the ship's hit points separately. Boop. I'm also going to get us some combat music, because this is not combat music. Oh, I should have made a pirate playlist. Too late, I'll make it next time. Sails have HP of...
If it wasn't DMCA, you could have just played the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack.
I wish it wasn't.
You could pay a parody cover.
No, it has a chance of getting docked, even if it's a parody.
Oh no. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, but remixes can get caught too, unfortunately. But that's not the point. The point is, it's Sam's turn with the 2 scouts. As I believe Doug has yelled out. I think it was actually Dayton that yelled out to start. He yells out across the ship. Those who can't fight, get below deck. Everyone else, to battle stations.
Okay.
We have serpents. Yes.
What are we shooting at here?
Well, currently the only fully spotted thing is... Okay, so to the north, there, even though I haven't shown the tokens for it, there is a sea serpent's head coming up the water this side, as well as coming along the side of the ship over here. There are 2 sea serpent heads coming out. Sea serpents, rather. You also has been spotted on the southern side of the ship is a large, what are they called? What are you, tiger sharks? No, hunter sharks. A hunter shark.
Well, I guess if the shark's the only thing I can see.
Mm-hmm. You could also use your action to try and spot any other threats. They can use all the normal actions that players can, as well as the attacks on their sheet.
We're gonna go down here a bit. I assume they can move at least 15.
They can move, should be 30 on their sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Oh, how do I?
They also have advantage on perception checks.
I don't know how I actually move them here.
You just drag them like you would a player.
It's giving me like a distance and like not actually moving the.
Yeah, it's supposed to give you a distance. I have to confirm the movement.
Oh, gotcha.
I guess you haven't been on as many maps as the other players have. Going to the edge.
Gotcha.
Heads over there.
All right, I'm gonna shoot that shark.
What do you mean?
Let's see how the
I
distance
updated
is. It is 70 feet, which is within your long range for the or short range for the longbow. Go ahead and make the attack at it. Should be able to drag and drop the attack like you would for a player.
That missed, like quite a bit.
That definitely misses as he moves over. The boat shakes again, and as you step, he actually trips down the last stair as he moves forward, pulling the arrow out, and it flies wide into the water.
Well,
I
can
do
two
attacks.
ranged attacks. Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm just gonna do it again. What the heck?
Okay, at this point, I need you to roll me a D100.
D100.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay, you did not get the 50% chance of breaking the bow after the 2 nat ones. Fortunately, he manages to keep the bow together, but on the second strike, it once again goes wide as the shark definitely moves through the water. Clearly, he was not already an alert.
Obviously.
Second Sam Scout.
All right.
Sam Scout 1. Let me show you how it's done.
He's gonna move down there
He's
and
gonna move
just
down
stay
there?
by the cannon.
All right.
Shut up, Sam Scout 2. You're always mean to me.
I like that their names are Sam Scout 1 and Sam Scout 2. It is now a hunter shark's turn. It is going to move. And it is not trying to be too stealthy, so you would definitely see this. A hunter shark rams into the side of the hull of the boat, just beneath Sam Scout 1. Pull up the sailing ship. Let's see the hull. What is your AC? 15. It hits. And can it do enough damage? Because boats have something called damage thresholds. It does enough damage. It does 18 points of damage to the ship.
Does Garon start having like non-flashbacks? Is he like filled with rage? Like,
I don't
what's
know.
going
That's
on
up with him. But the hunter shark rams into the boat, crashing into it and actually causing some of the wood to splinter a little bit. Not enough to make any holes or start sinking or anything, but it dealt some damage. Let's see, that was 20 feet, 15 feet of its movement, so it's got another 25 that it is going to swim back outward from the ship a bit.
So, I restarted my computer. It's not in the task manager, but whenever I open it, it says that Fantasy Grounds is already open.
Huh.
And it's not in any, it's like not adding in the background or anything.
Hate to have to kick everyone out, but we may have to. Well, unfortunate. We'll go ahead.
You could restart your computer, see if that helps.
I did.
Yeah, she just did. So I'm gonna temporarily close out Fantasy Grounds and restart the server. Boop.
Sorry, guys.
Return to launcher. It happens. I think we've actually had this exact problem before. I don't remember who it was though.
I think it was Abby.
That's right. I think it was Abby. Yeah, I don't know why
I
it
think
sometimes.
It happened to me too,
It's possible.
but restarting my computer helped. Like, restarting my computer definitely fixed it.
Yeah, no worries. Wouldn't be a D&D stream without technical difficulties, so I've kicked everyone out. You should be able to.
Okay.
No, you're good.
I'm back in.
Cool beans.
Thank you.
Everyone should be able to load back in just fine. I will resend the map to everyone. I may need to reshare those NPCs to you too.
Oh no. Oh.
It's fine. It's not hard for me to do as long as it works properly.
No, I think you mean, yeah, jeez. Ugh. Jocelyn, what's wrong with you?
Oh, how dare you. Let's see. Gotta have those do-do-do-dos.
Do.
And I believe next up, I don't actually remember who was next. We'll have to see when we get back in. Everyone should be setting to join the campaign. It's still loading on my side, so it won't be there until I see. Oh, this is such a good song from Octopath Traveler. I need to play this game, but I have to buy the game, and it's expensive. It's been like 3-4 years since it came out. It's still $60, and I've yet to see more than a 25% discount on it. I guess because it's really good.
Used. Get the used one.
Well, you can't really get a used Steam version of a game.
Oh. Gotcha. That's fair. I gotcha. You're not
Straight off
switching.
my hard drive. Only a couple bits have flipped.
You
Yeah,
never
no,
know. There might be some huge discount
It's true.
at some point. I once got Little Nightmares 2 for free.
Nice. Like basically for free or for free?
The entire thing for free.
Nice.
Steam has good deals.
Steam does have good deals pretty often. You can sponsor us, Steam. We'd probably play Baldur's Gate 3 together if you did.
Oh, that would be wild.
They
Oh,
gave
there
us
you
free
go.
copies of Baldur's Gate 3, or whatever company made Baldur's Gate 3. If you want to sponsor us, give us free copies of
Larian
all.
Studios.
Yeah, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
sponsor us,
Hey,
give
I'd
us.
be down with that.
I would totally play Baldur's Gate 3.
We could even theoretically more or less play what we're playing.
This is true. I would probably
Yeah.
pick an NPC and then try to make the NPC in Baldur's Gate. So, I mean, y'all can make your PCs if you want. At least for the most part, most of your characters actually exist, or you could find a character that kind of works, or at least like part of it. Because we've got 2 custom subclasses, but still, whatever. I'd probably play some form of barbarian and play Asuka, actually. Tiefling barbarian. Yeah, that'd be fun. That or pick one of the enemies y'all know.
Isn't a tiefling barbarian basically just one of the side characters?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it is. Karlach.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's
are you
who's
in yet,
next.
Micah?
I am in. I'm working on sharing the map once everybody is fully connected. It looks like it kicked Chris back out.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time connecting.
I think it's just because so many people were connecting all at once that my computer was having a tough time running the
Okay.
server.
Okay.
Because it had all of us connecting at the same time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh no.
We'll
It
give it
seems
a
I'm good
second
now.
to load.
Let me see.
Still loading on my side, but yeah, I mean you're on my side, Jocelyn. It's showing up.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, take a second if you need one. Grab some water, whatever else. Prepare yourself emotionally for the sharks and eels. Well, all the internet all at once is like, whoa, whoa.
Jason, there's like a lot of background noise coming through. I don't know if you're aware.
I don't even know if she can hear us.
I don't know. I'm gonna temporarily mute her for a second because she said she had to go and be right back. So I'll just mute her for a second. On the server side. Or I guess I should probably just mute her.
We heard
My
1,000
side.
things.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a lot of unintelligible noises.
All right. Is Jocelyn good again? Should I unmute her?
Yeah, we've been hearing her the whole time.
Cool beans. I just didn't want any background noise to be onto the
On
stream
stream,
if she
yeah.
didn't want it to be.
It was funny because like 3 seconds after you're like, okay, I'll mute her, she was fine.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. As long as it all works out, I think you and the viewer side are still loading in.
There are like 30 billion things happening right now.
Yeah, you should see my screens.
Uh-huh.
I've put in conscious effort to minimize the number of tabs I have open at any given time during these. And even then, my computer's still like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. This is a very intense technical difficulty song going on right now. Oh, it's apparently a Genshin song. Good to know. Do you recognize the song by its name, Mori? I guess not.
Sorry, I was muted. No, I don't recognize it by name. I'm going to play it on my end.
We had opposite problems. I muted myself on the wrong device and then you were muted.
It's Saltatio Fevelier. Or Fevele. And now we're on to Bloodborne. As you do.
It sounds like it's Gara's boss fight music.
It might be. I didn't recognize the background when I added the song to the list.
Yeah,
Let's-
because you've never been to Watatsumi Island.
Yeah. You've never been to add in half the current map. Okay, there we go. Now I can add...
You've not played since Chasm released.
Yeah, whatever that is. Oop, that should
It's
be
the-
Scout for you, Sam.
It's the first Liyue expansion.
That
We're
should-
getting another Liyue expansion here soon.
Nice.
Don't know exactly when, but there's been rumors. There's going to be like an area connecting Liyue to Fontaine, supposedly.
All right, Mori and Sam, it should have given y'all the things. Did it show up?
Oh, yep, got them all.
If you're missing anything, let me know. All right, back to where we were. The hunter shark bangs into the ship and then begins to move away, giving some distance. Doug, the serpent head in front of you moves up the rest of the ship as the rest of y'all can see this large serpentine creature. Its entire body like reaching into the water as it's pulling outward. This very fish-like, kind of a greenish yellow tinge to its scales. It's probably 2-3 feet in diameter in terms of its actual like body, and its head is several feet long as it is going to come up and it is going to make a bite attack against Doug. It is going to miss as Doug rapidly as Doug standing there feels his stomach rumble from the seasickness he was feeling before and bends over in pain for a moment as the sea serpent bites past him before pulling back in toward the side of the boat, as it's currently kind of like standing, quote unquote, its head peeking up above the side of the boat a couple of feet. And actually, the second sea serpent head is going to, or the other sea serpent is going to.
Do.
It's going to attack the hull. See if it can hit the hull properly.
Oh man.
Has to roll good on damage for it to do so, though, because of, boats. It does enough damage. It does 15 points of damage to the ship. As it scrapes along the back of the hull, you'll hear the teeth cutting through the wood.
Yay, another 10% gone.
There's now 267 hit points left on the hull. That is its turn. As there is going to be another bump on the hull. Actually, this one... No, yeah, the hull has an AC of 15. It is going to hit. Let's see if it's going to do any proper damage. It does do enough damage, dealing another 15 points of damage to the hull. These guys are doing exactly what they want to. as Sam 1 would see a third hunter shark come up, slam into the boat, biting in part of the bottom of it. If I can get the token movement to work properly, it should let me... Come on, which thing was it? Is it this? Tab, maybe? No? Thought it was left alt. Come on, how do I move you with the distance tracker on?
I think there's a button that's called concede.
Oh, no, the token movement lock was off. It is going to move 35 feet, slam into the edge of the boat, carving a slightly deeper gash where the other one had, and then it is going to go 5 feet underneath the boat.
Man, we're gonna have to start like bailing water out soon.
Gambit. You have watched 2 of the hunter sharks. Actually, you've seen 3 hunter sharks attack the boat so far. You have the map, Gambit? Can you see?
Can you see? Because we're on the ocean.
Gambit, are you alive?
Are you muted?
Hi.
Hello.
Pardon if a dog screams in my ear. But I'm happy to hold him because of Victoria sat in dog vomit. So fun
Oh,
things are
no.
happening.
Dog is being upset. It's okay.
Yes. So I'm going to. Is that like a wagon on the side or like a box?
Yes, there is a box
Or
to
no,
your left.
we're not versing the other people on the ship. Those
No,
are
the
our
other people on the ship are your
We're-
allies.
We're looking for those sharks.
I mean, if you want to start killing Mori 1 or Mori 2, I guess you could do that.
All of a sudden,
no,
Gambit's like,
no.
I'm not going to go down. I'm joining the sharks.
Okay, so Gambit is going to find a place on the rail and like grab onto a rope. So he's standing on the rail of the ship, and he's going to pull out his gun that he's had ready and loaded. And take a good aim at one of the sharks.
Shark 24 or Shark 12. Or if you wanted to try, since you're trying to lean over the edge, you could probably see Shark 7, which is now going underneath the boat.
Did Shark 7, is that the one? No. Is that the one that just attacked the ship?
It did. So they are swimming a little bit under the water, which I don't believe is enough to slow down the ranged attack, but I know ranged attacks suffer some way underwater. I don't remember, though. You continue to do your thing. I'll figure that out between turns.
Yeah, I'll take an aim at that. A Shark 7.
All right. So you dramatically step up past, like, jumping from the box onto the edge of the boat, grabbing onto the rope from this main mast, leaning off the side of the boat, pulling your, is Gambit right or right-handed or left-handed?
You're right-handed.
Bull is going to dramatically be pulling himself off with the left hand, pulls out the gun, and make the attack. Or rather, raises the gun, since you already had it out.
I don't get any sneak attack.
It is not currently next to an ally, and you do not have advantage, so unfortunately not.
Okay. Revolver. I believe this is my first time attacking with a revolver.
I think it is.
Well, bam.
That hits.
Yeah, let's go.
Despite the waves, and you are a person who's been on the waves quite a bit, or at least somewhat, so you feel surprisingly comfortable on the water. And roll damage as y'all hear the shot ring out.
Hey, Jojo, no. I need to see the screen. That's my hair. Um,
Also, I'm going to decide now
Where'd it
for any
go?
further ranged attacks. If they are at minus 15 feet or further, ranged attacks from standard weapons will have disadvantage because of the effect of the water, but they can still hit. That deals 8 points of damage. Actually, that's very low for the revolver, for what you can roll. But you'll hear the shot ring out as you see a little bit of blood as the shark swims underneath the boat. As you seem to have gotten a hit on it. Alright.
Sorry, my guy. But we gotta have a ship.
Jocelyn does like fish, so this must be painful for her. Alright, anything else you want to do in
Sharks
your
are an
turn?
endangered species.
Well, they will be after y'all are done with them. Alright, anything else? Alright. Next up is Maury's 2 scouts, the 2 on the left side of the boat so far.
I cast Disintegrate.
They do not have that on their sheet. One wishes in his heart that he'd taken up magic when he was younger, but he did not have the talent for it.
I want to use a cannon with one of them. I assume I can't have both of them on a cannon.
Yeah, it takes 2 people to do it. So
Oh, it does?
yeah, it takes 2 actions, 1 to aim, 1 to fire, but 2 people can do it at the same time. So if you want to move them both down and activate the Southern Arcane Cannon, you totally could.
Magic kabooms.
Let's do that.
All right. They come together, one getting ready to set the flame as y'all, from your perspective, I guess the rest of y'all would see these cannons, which look similar to the more modern cannons that have been getting slightly more popular within the southern part of Vacuo and in the Southern Sea. But these cannons, where normally they'd look like they'd have a ended barrel where the shot would take from, you actually see this cannon widens a little bit at the end, and along the sides of the cannon are these various arcane markings that as which one are you? Are you Maury Scout 2 takes a hold of? He begins to whisper an incantation as the lights upon the cannon are beginning to glow. As Maury Scout 1 aims, which one are you aiming at? 24 or 12?
Let's do 24, I guess.
All right, go ahead and make the attack roll.
Okay. Did I do that right?
You did, and it hits. Roll damage.
Epic.
Oof, 22 points of damage. As the shot rings out, you all hear a massive maybe a little deeper than that, but y'all would hear a relatively high-pitched, at least higher pitched than you would have expected, sound wave that seems to, as it goes out, it gets deeper as it moves, seemingly as the sound waves dissipate somewhat. But you see from this cannon a dispersion in the air as this thunderous energy strikes toward the shark, as the water parts from in front of it, and it strikes into the edge of the shark as it dives back into the water a bit away from the cannon. And I believe that is the 2 scouts. Arc 12 is going to swim back toward the boat and is going to make an attack. It is going to successfully hit. Can you do damage? And deal 8 points of damage, which is not enough to beat the boat's damage thresholds. It bonks into the boat. The boat doesn't seem to shift as much. It doesn't get as much of a strike on it, and it is going to move 15 feet forward toward the front of the boat. All right, Ashburn Sparwalker. He is currently 20 feet up, actually standing on, or was sitting on the spar of the middle mast. He has a pretty good view of everything going on.
Question about his ranged attacks, or like his dagger.
Yep.
If I use his dagger, is it just like a one hit and then he doesn't have a dagger anymore?
He has several daggers on him.
Okay.
He has enough.
Should I stay up here, or let's make my way towards Hunter Shark 7? If
All right,
is
it is
that
worth
in
noting.
range to do melee attack? If
It is
I have enough
currently
movement?
15 feet down, so it would be within range of the attack, but you would have disadvantage. It is worth noting, though you can't see them on the map, there are 2 serpent heads that are peeking over the edge, or serpents, their heads of which are the only thing above the water, but yeah, 2 serpents peeking over the edge of the boat, one in front of Doug and one toward the back, that you could potentially attack within melee range if you wanted, or you could move down to the south side and attack the shark.
Which one is like easier access for melee range?
Probably the one directly beneath you near Doug.
Okay. I'll try and do that. What is mana pulse?
So that is a thing that will, it should say pretty much what it does. Once per turn when you make a weapon attack, you can imbue the attack with ambient magical energy. The enhanced attack deals an additional 7 2d6 force damage if it hits.
Okay, and I get 3 rapier attacks?
Oh
wait,
you
no.
get-
1 with dagger and 2 with rapier.
Yep, he dual wields.
Cool. Do all of those have mana pulse or just one?
Just one. It's once per turn.
Okay. I didn't know if it was an effect for that turn or...
Nah. You do have to declare it before you make the attack.
Okay, I'm gonna try dagger first, and then the rapiers, and
Alright.
I'll make the first rapier the mana pulse.
Make a acrobatics check as he goes down to the spot where he can help Doug.
Is that just a dex check?
Yeah. Because I don't think he has proficiency in acrobatics. Unless he does, but...
What?
Oh, he does. You can double-click or drag the acrobatics +8 on the sheet. It doesn't matter. With
Plus
the
8.
+8, +4 more, it'd be 11. It doesn't do it as fancy of a way as I would have described it, but he slides down this rope here, getting to about where Doug is, and can make the attack. Just roll the attack into the combat tracker.
The combat tracker or the chat?
The chat. Not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, the chat.
Okay. Dagger.
That should hit. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage, and I'll add it to the Sea Serpent. And you said you were not mana pulsing it, so it's just going to be 6 damage. All right.
Mm-hmm.
As he comes down, strikes out with the dagger, cutting along the edge of the head, or of the along the edge of it, striking into its jaw. And 2 rapier attacks.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
That hits. Roll damage.
Do I do regular damage and then mana pulse?
You have to say it before you make the attack, but yes, normally you would.
I did say I was doing 2 rapiers, and the first one was going to be
Oh, I didn't hear it.
pulse.
Yeah, go ahead and you'll have to roll them separately because the effect didn't work the way I wanted to. But yeah, go ahead and do both damages. You can roll them separately.
Oof.
So only 5 points from the rapier, and then from the mana pulse, it does another 5 points. You're up to 11 points of damage so far. Is that right?
And-
No, that is 16 points of damage.
And then second
As
rapier.
the rest of y'all would see as he strikes forward. As he pulls back with this sword, you see along his arm there is a string of magical energy that seems to gather from around him, and as he cuts with the rapier along the neck, it slices partially through it. With a dispersion of magical energy. That hits, roll damage.
Epic.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Deals another 6
One better.
points. It's up to 22 points of damage. Nice job.
Dang.
Good job, Ashburn.
NPC is beefy.
He hits.
I mean, the sword remembered him. He has to be some kind of cool, right?
Captain Dayton. What would you like him to do, Sam?
He's gonna go up in the. What I don't know what part of the ship.
That
it's
should
called.
be the bow, I believe.
bow. He's gonna go up in the bow and take a shot at this shark.
Okay, he pulls out the heavy crossbow, pointing down toward the shark from the bow. That will fortunately hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Make sure to drag the damage onto the shark token. So it'll proc. So it'll deal the damage automatically.
Okay.
Alright, deals 7 points of damage as he reaches over, balancing the crossbow on the edge of the boat. The bullet strikes down into it as it seems to react and pull away, and bleeding a little bit.
And
And
then
I
I'll do that
believe
again.
it's- Yeah, he can make 2 heavy crossbow attacks, that's right.
Yep. And that probably didn't.
The second one, unfortunately, as he pulls it back, the boat shifts again from one of the various attacks happening, and he loses his grip as it takes him a second longer to reload the crossbow. And that is, I believe, his turn. I don't think there's anything else you have intended. Doug, there is a big sea serpent in front of you.
I guess since we didn't find out till now that Doug apparently doesn't have much experience on water and is currently seasick, he doesn't feel up too much for fighting at the moment. So I think he's going to try to do like a lazy casting of like Dawn and then move away.
It is worth noting, and you can still do this, I'm just going to let you know, the boat is currently moving forward, and these creatures do seem to be moving with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the boat is moving forward at about 20 feet a turn, so depending on the area, it may move out over the next couple turns.
Oh, I mean that's fine because I can move it. Like how many feet? Yeah, I mean I can move it every turn.
All right, then go ahead. And what area would you like Dawn to be in?
I guess whichever could hit the 2 serpents.
All right, so let's see. What is the radius of Dawn?
It is 30-foot radius.
30-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. Do keep in mind that cylinder, because y'all are standing on the boat, so depending on where it is, it could come up toward you, unless you put it deeper into the water, which is an option. Where would you like
that's
it?
That's what I was thinking.
Is it like here? Is it in a different spot?
Well, it said wherever Doug can see. I
Does have to be able to
think.
see the origin, that's true. So it can't be directly underneath the boat.
Right. However, I'm wondering, could that cone be horizontal instead? Well, never mind. He still couldn't be able to see that far down under the
Yeah,
water.
you wouldn't be able to see the core of where it would start. And I'm going to say no, because it talks about a light of dawn shining down. I'm going to guess, even if it's inside, it would have to be a vertical cylinder.
So yeah, I guess he's just going to make it to where it hits the 2 serpents without like hitting the boat.
All right, so like right here, you thinking?
I mean, when they
Or
hit the boat.
do you want it further out so it just hits the edge?
Well, yeah, just so it doesn't do like boat damage or like any of us.
That's true, you don't have to worry about boat damage. So all the way out to there then, and you can move it as needed. I need you to go ahead and, let's see, what save is it?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
All right, what is the DC?
It is. It does not say.
It should say on the item, if not. Scorching Solarium. Scorching Solarium. Spellcasting. DC of 15. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Do I need to make them do the con save, or have you already done it?
No, I did it on this side. Oof, 26 point of damage, which it takes fully. As one of the serpent heads is able to actually, or serpents is able to actually dodge out of the way, some of the light passing by. The second one, the one directly in front of you, as the light pierces upward, it burns along the openings where it was cut, and the serpent in front of you effectively vaporizes as you see part of its body, what's left, where it was basically cut off as if by a laser, falls into the water.
And then Doug is going to like seasickily, I guess, maneuver like around, like on the ship, where he can like find something else more in the center to like keep him steady. So I guess he'll go to like the
Mast.
Yeah,
Shuffles
the
his
mast.
way over to the mast.
and just kind of hang out there for a bit. Actually, is that mass like like on the bottom level of like the top part?
Mast?
Like there's a desk there. I mean, there's a deck on
Yeah,
both
that's on
sides,
top.
correct?
The deck
Okay.
is all the way around. If you're talking about the like spot that you can sit on top, the crow's nest, no, that's all the way on top.
Yeah, so in that case, he might just like move around to like here, to where he kind of has like support on both sides.
Leaning against the doorway, that would be to the captain's quarters area,
Yeah.
or whatever is underneath that back part.
'Cause,
Garand.
like that was his action. I don't think he has any bonus
Yeah, I
actions.
don't
He
think you have
can
any ranged bonus actions
I
that would
guess-
apply here. I'm
I
going
guess
to
I'll make an
throw-
echo.
I'm going to throw concentration on you because that become important later.
But yeah, I guess he's gonna cast an echo like 30 feet in front of him.
Where to?
Like directly to the left. Just like towards the front of the boat.
Okay, and we'll remember that the standing to the side of the steps, I presume, or on the steps.
Just beside the steps.
All right. Garand. You see sharks to one side of the boat and sea serpents on the other. In a oddly intelligent attack.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the perception that my dear beloved friend Thicket does, so I'm going to just trust that if I murder enough of these sharks and whatever, that whatever is trying to send them will be all like, "How dare you!" and will fly down or fly up from the water or whatever. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna mosey on over this way and see that the captain has tried to pepper this Hunter Shark 12 with a couple crossbow bolts or something. Say, all right, well, I think we need to work our way around the ship till we draw out whoever's trying to organize this assassination. And if we begin to sink, I will do my best not to lose all of my marbles and start blasting everything. And I will then cast Brine.
As the magical seawater begins to move around the in-seawater shark.
And I will then pew pew my awesome lasers.
Pew pew magic shoe. I don't think any of you have magic shoes currently, so yeah.
All right.
Still 21 points of hitting. Roll damage. That took me a second to realize that was an attack roll.
Hold on, it's being weird. There we go.
All right. Okay. 15 total points of damage. Are you pushing it?
No. Because I need to still see it, and I don't want to. The push is for when I get to do other neat tricks, and I think that right now is not the time. So attack number
That's
2.
fair. 15 points of damage as the wave of energy strikes into it. The second attack is going to hit as well. These hunter sharks are fairly large.
Oh, ghetto crit! We love it.
I've never heard anyone call it that before, but yeah. As the second strike pierces into it, as you actually cut off part of its back fin. One of its back fins on the tail. Oh, Jaislyn disconnected. Are you good, Jaislyn? Muted for a second. Hopefully she'll be back.
I'm
All
here.
right.
I don't know why I think I disconnected.
Weird. Hopefully it'll reconnect. All right. Anything else Gron is doing?
So is that shark still like fine? He's just like, woohoo, I'm dancing. Who cares about 37 plus whatever damage?
He is hurt. You've cut off one of his back fins with the energy, but he hasn't been able to move around or anything. But it's definitely not having a good time.
All right. Well, you should warn your friends that I'm here and I'm going to blast them away. And I'm saying that to the shark, and then I will use the last bit of my movement to back up.
That's fair.
In case of issue, we'll go here. That looks like a good spot. If it lets me, there we go.
Unfortunately for the shark, it doesn't understand common.
How dare he?
The armed ship is going to continue to move forward. So the whole thing moves forward, putting the Dawn spell further back to about here as its center. Sam Scout 1 and 2. Sam Scouts.
Still nothing we can see to the north, huh?
Yeah, there's a serpent head over here. Or a serpent, rather. You could also perception over the edge if you wanted to look for stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna move this guy over here. So there's an eel over there.
Yep. Which one of them could aim and the other fire if you wanted to shoot that way.
Let's do that.
It would have a +2 to cover because you're trying to avoid shooting Ashburn.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. One of them aim, the other shoot.
All right, go ahead and use the Thunder Cannon attack.
Oops. Thunder Cannon. Is that the...
It's the Thunder Cannon on the boat.
Yeah, I found it.
That is unfortunately a miss. As they're trying to avoid Ashburn, there's the charge up. Boom. The energy passes by him as he leans against the ropes out of the way, but it gives time for the serpent to sweep downward underneath it before coming back up, and its gills pressing outward, making itself look larger as it hisses. Hopefully that got through on the mic in some useful way. The sound effects are always hard to do through a microphone. But that should be the Sam's turns. Unless you have something else you want them to do, but that would be both of their actions.
No,
Alright, Hunter Shark 24. Let's see, it's hurt. With the amount it hurt, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw to see if it chooses to leave. It is going to... move close to the boat. One attack. That hits, and Does not do enough damage to damage it. It is then going to dive straight down. It's now 35 feet under the water. Is that right? No, it should just be 30 feet. Still, deep. And then the serpent, it is going to move over as the dawn moves and is going to attack Ashburn. It is going to hit him as it reaches out and bites into Ashburn. Gah! You then see another serpent come from the water, and it is going to attempt to bite Ashburn as well. This one also hits, but is going to choose to do half damage, as it is only going to do 4 damage. As it bites onto Ashburn, it does not let go and lifts him into the air above the edge of the water. Which I need Ashburn to make a straight wisdom save. It would be the S by wisdom, because I don't think he has proficiency. Okay, so he maintains his composure. Make a perception check.
How?
If there's no thing, then just make a wisdom check. If there's no proficiency in it. Any checks on NPCs that they don't have proficiency in, it's just that. As he's looking down, as he's being held in the serpent's mouth. Captain! It's a Hydra! As he is looking down, there are 2 more heads under the water that he is looking into the eyes of. As he sees now where it had been burned off by the Dawn spell, it has regenerated 2 more heads in its place. It is currently at 6 heads. As you are now aware that there is a Hydra. And it is not just sea serpents. That's why I've been saying serpent head the whole time.
Maybe we should get out of here.
Wait. Wait. So if it was burned off with the Dawn spell, shouldn't it not regenerate?
It's technically radiant damage and not fire, so no.
Oh, dang it.
If it's not fire damage, then it can regrow. Which I guess technically that's information, but I assume at least one of you knew that. Anyway, Hunter Shark 7 is going to, as he goes under the boat, is going to make an attack. And is going to fail to do anything as he tries to bonk against the boat from underneath, as he is going fully beneath the boat, out of sight. Gambit, you have now heard someone call out Hydra from the other side of the boat. Whatever that means to Gambit.
I'm sure Gambit has heard legend.
Surely, there's also a shark
Gambit
that is 40 feet beneath you. Or 30 feet beneath you.
Is it in shallow water?
No, it's 20 feet underwater. You would have disadvantage on any ranged attacks. That are not force damage, I believe.
Is Ashburn in the air right now?
Yup, he is held in the mouth of one of the Hydra heads. He is grappled, being held up by one of the Hydra heads.
Yes, pull up the combat tracker. I want to see it. Okay. There we go. There we go.
Assuming you have the range for it, there is the Hunter Shark 12 to the left side.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I have to pull up. My computer died. That's what happened.
Oh, that's why that makes sense why it disconnected then.
Yep. Let's see. Let me check my range on my revolver.
You do have an ally within 5 feet of the hydras if you wanted to earn in a fire.
Yeah.
Attack the
What?
head that
How far is
Ashburn is
that?
in. They are roughly 30 feet away, but there are 2 heads currently up above the edge of the
Range
boat
is
right now.
2060.
So you'd have disadvantage, so you would not be able to, unless you moved that direction.
Okay, is there something I can swing on?
There are plenty of ropes hanging down from the mast.
Can I like swing and then like land like swing around? Are the what are the sails tacked? Tacked, is that the word?
They would be down.
They would be down. Okay. No. Can I like oh. Is it not letting me move?
Here, let me put you above the shark. It might have thought you're trying to grab the shark. There you
Oh.
go.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, like move like either like right here.
Where are you trying to move? I'm not seeing what you're trying to do.
It's not moving.
Let me move the shark out
It
of the
won't
way.
let me move.
See if now you can.
No.
It says you're currently connected.
Oh, me.
Oh, you made yourself small. Oh, and big.
Oh no.
Giant
Be
gambit.
normal.
There you go. Normal, small size. Try and drag your character again. If not, then maybe point an arrow to where you want to go, and I can move you there.
Okay. Right here. Did it work?
Did not. It's weird.
Dang it.
Tell me
What
where
is
you want
wrong with
on the thing. You're trying to go
like
toward the left side of the
on
ship.
Oh no.
On the grate, onto the part toward the back of the ship. You're trying to swing across, or you're trying to
Like-
climb onto the mast.
Right here.
Where is
You
here?
see it now?
No.
Okay, so it's not drawing on it properly.
Yeah, I don't know why. But that's okay. Just describe to me
Okay.
where you're going. What he's doing.
Like up the stairs right beside Doug.
All right. See, that sounds like fun. Gambit runs holding onto the rope and then pulls himself as he pulls himself up onto the top part, standing along the edge of it before running and jumping across, staying on the wooden like crossbeam, or rather the wooden like not quite fence but like barrier. Standing up, pulling his arm out.
And I want to, well, I guess shooting the Hydra is holding onto Ashburn, right?
Yep.
Can I shoot the head that has? I know it's gonna make more, but it'll get Ashburn free.
You can target the head that's holding
Or
him.
maybe
Kill it.
give him advantage.
He will not have advantage, but if it hits, he can get sneak attack. Having fun, Chris?
I am. I'm sorry. I'm not muted right now because since there's so much going on, I know that it's like a long time. Like I was at the bottom of the initiative, and I know it's going to be a long time before I'm back again. And so I'm talking on Pokemon Go, and it turns out that I actually have a quest item in the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl thing, so I can get my daughter a shiny Shaman.
Oh,
So,
nice. Shaman's a pretty
It's just a random thing I
Pokemon.
found out. I was like, wait a minute, I have the item. Does that mean I can still do it? They're like, yes.
Nice. Congratulations. Gambit, shoot.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I thought you were laughing at the fact that Gambit's shooting the Hydra.
Oh no,
Okay,
that's a
we're
cool
getting
idea
there.
though. No, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, shoot the Hydra.
More heads. More and more heads.
Gambit, fire.
Oh my goodness.
Is it
I
rolling?
don't know what my issue is.
Is your internet having issues?
Nothing's moving.
Have you moved?
Like,
Are you
I
in the
can't
right
drag
spot now?
anything. Well, I had to get rid of the, Oh, here, let me go.
Working?
There we go.
I can do the
There we
targeting
go.
thing. Yeah.
We're getting close.
Here, I'm gonna target
Okay,
it for
combat.
you, and then you should be able to just double click on
Okay,
your sheet.
Just roll.
Yeah, just double click revolver, the +7 to hit. That should roll
Okay.
it if your internet is connecting to us at all. Hey, there we go. Unfortunately, that misses. Despite the cool movement, Gambit pulls out the revolver, clicking it again, firing. But unfortunately, the Hydra shifts the head out of the way and it flies past as you try to avoid hitting Ashburn. Do you have any bonus actions you want to do?
Bonus actions. I don't think so.
All right.
Wait, am I still flying?
You are not flying at all right now.
So did the effect just not roll over from when we were in the room?
You didn't start flying
Well, I
when you were
guess
in the room. You thought about it, but I don't think you ever started flying.
We talked about you flying, but you never
Yeah.
actually
Okay.
did.
Okay.
So if you wanted to
Alright.
start flying, I think that's a bonus action.
Sure, I'll start flying. You never know when you need it.
Gambit's wings take on the bat-like form behind him. Mori scouts.
Man.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
I should have prepared for this.
Fair. Ashburn, also Mori, is technically on deck after the Hunter Shark 12.
Yeah. Well.
I love that no one's made a melee attack. Oh, I guess I forgot to describe something.
I have! And I got eaten.
That's true, you did, but you already used the thing that's important with that.
I assume Hunter Shark 24 would be too close for the cannon.
Yes, it would be too close. It's also pretty deep in the water.
What about 12? Is that out of range?
It would have half cover, probably, since there's a wall that would make it a little more difficult to aim, but you'd be able to do it. So it'd get a +2 to its AC, but you could definitely make the attack.
Let's try that.
All right, make the attack.
Should I just make a -2 in my modifier?
No, I'll track it on my side.
Okay.
You have to be at a 14 or higher instead of a 12 or higher. They're
Should I
sharks, they
roll
don't
it?
have a high. Yeah.
On
go
the
ahead.
shark or in the chat?
On the shark.
Okay.
Now that everything's been revealed, y'all can attack the things directly if you'd like.
I have 3 character sheets in front of me.
I know, I'm so proud of
Okay.
you.
Cannon.
Cannon.
There.
Done
Nat 20!
Roll damage.
Haha.
Dude.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Whoops.
So it didn't roll with the damage.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Rip.
as they turn, there's another boom, as y'all from the other areas would see Dayton like pull back and cover his face as there is a burst of seawater and blood, and a couple of bone and skin fragments fly over the edge of the boat.
Do I get the cannon expert achievement?
Sure. I don't think I've made the achievement thing I talked about near session 1, but yeah. speaking of achievements, being eaten by a Hydra is also probably going to be one if I were to make it. So how's Ashburn doing? What's he gonna do?
Ow.
Ow, pain. Pain bad. Ow, pain.
Is he able to do anything to try and get himself out?
Yeah, he's grappled. He could try to athletics himself out, or cut off the head, or whatever else.
Let's not cut off the head. I'm gonna try and athletics my way out.
Also, well, I guess it's athletics or acrobatics since it's a grapple.
Let's
So
do acrobatics.
that +8 is a lot more attractive than what does he have? A +1 to strength, right? I think.
He has +5 athletics.
Oh well, good for him.
Okay.
Versus the raw power of a Hydra jaw. Okay, yeah, 19. He manages
Man, I'm rolling
to...
pretty good when I'm not playing Thicket.
So shifting himself forward, Ashburn actually puts his foot up into part of the jaw and shoves his hands apart, effectively now standing in the head before pushing off and jumping back onto board.
He is beauty. He is grace.
Aye, that's less than pleasant. Gotta be careful with this thing. Is there any movement or anything you'd like him to do?
Maybe back away from the Hydra so he doesn't get bitten again.
How far?
As far as he can.
All
I
right.
guess.
Go ahead and move him.
We'll go like middle of the ship, right here.
Cool. Since 2 Hydra heads are above the water, they're gonna make opportunity attacks against him as he tries to leave.
Like that.
Do attack 1. You should have seen that coming. That first one unfortunately misses as he stumbles away, dodging as it bites past him. The second one also misses as he kicks the nose as the second one comes by, ripping through some of the ropes on board. All right, he is able to...
Unfortunately misses.
What? I'm on the side of the Hydra. Dayton Morley. Sam?
Do I know anything about Hydras and how to kill them?
Make a history check. So for him, it should just be a intelligence check. I don't think he has history. Just roll a straight intelligence check. With advantage.
How do I do that?
You press the C next to the intelligence stat.
There. Oh, with advantage?
With advantage. You know they regenerate, and you know that there's something that stops that, but you can't remember off the top of your head. Right on the tip of your tongue.
Okay. I'm gonna go after... Well... That shark... I have disadvantage on the shark, right?
Well, the shark that was down there is gone.
No, shark 24.
Oh yeah, that's 30 feet underwater. It would have disadvantage on any ranged attack.
I'm not sure what to do then. I could attack the Hydra, but that seems like a poor choice. I'm gonna go over there. And let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be done.
Would you like to use his action for anything? Ready an attack, make an attack, or move more?
Yeah, why don't I move more? Using an action to move is another 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll move to the center then.
He will move, jumping down the edge, moving past Doug as he runs over. This thing is the main focus. We can deal with the sharks after. This thing is a lot more dangerous than they are. Doug. There are currently 2 heads over the that are up above the edge.
Okay. And then what's the shark situation? They're all gone except for one.
There is one that's 30 feet under the water and one that is somewhere beneath the boat.
Okay.
So neither of which you can actually get to right now.
Okay. How long do you think seasickness would last in terms of D&D?
I'm gonna say make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can temporarily ignore it.
Constitution saving.
Because the reason you have seasickness is because I had you roll a con last time and you rolled a nat 1.
Well, it's not much better.
I'm gonna say for now, since you're already seasick, you are moving at half speed. That is the main drawback.
So I guess Doug is now able to at least stand for the most part.
Yeah.
So he sees. So the Hydra is not fully out of the water. It's just
Yep.
a
Only
few
2
heads.
heads are above the edge of the boat.
Would Doug know anything about Hydras in terms of like don't do this or like
History check.
history chat? Or did anybody mention anything about Hydras while I was gone?
Nope. And Doug doesn't know anything about hydras.
Ashburn mentioned it was a Hydra.
Ashburn yelled that it was a hydra. And the captain is racking his brain trying to remember what stops it from regenerating.
Well, in that case, Doug is not going to know any better, so he's just going to move the Dawn, like, right, I guess, to where it hits it.
Back over it again.
And
All
then-
right.
And then that'll be it.
Garand is beginning to put the pieces together. Once it gets to his turn in a minute, he'll remember. Doug, go ahead and roll the save on it now that it's up.
The save or the damage?
Save.
Did that work?
It did. It is going to fail. It shouldn't be succeeding on that. I'll fix it in a minute. It should fail. Go ahead and let me go ahead and roll it into the chat, and I will fix your sheet. $22 points of damage. Lucky for you. Let's see. Spells should be... Sure, let's just make the save DC where it needs to be. There we go. And the to hit should be... That should work. Okay, it takes 22 points of damage as the light burns along it, but fortunately for you, does not cut off a head. Alright, Garand, you're remembering that fire stops it from regenerating.
Hooray!
You've heard the stories of heroes using fire to kill hydras.
It's unfortunate we're on the ocean. Kind of the opposite thing.
Well, yeah. Is there any chance that acid also works? Is it like troll rules or?
Nope. It's
Okay.
just fire.
All right, so, okay, yeah. I mean, then at that point, I say, I think if you just focus on the body, it doesn't matter. It won't grow any more heads. Just try not to hit the heads. You hit the heads, so you're gonna keep coming back. We can't get far enough down there in the water. And thanks to that one shark being dead zoes, I will come over this way. And I can still see Hunter Shark 24.
Somewhat. You'd have disadvantage based on the distance beneath the water he is.
Okay.
But you can still aim.
Okay. Even with magic? Or
Even
is
with
it still
magic.
just 'cause he's that deep? Okay.
This is more,
alright.
yeah, it's more sight than the water blocking you, than the water slowing the attack.
Okay. I mean, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Hard to see deep into churning waters.
true enough. All right, so I will recast, or well, I will move my Brian. I guess I don't have to technically recast it, so I shouldn't say those words. But the effect is still on me, even though the other fool is dead.
Which actually you would realize now the effect feels empowered. As if it was cast with a more powerful slot than you normally do, which unfortunately for Brine only increases the time. But you
Right.
do feel empowered.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of neato mosquitoes. But anyway, so I'll move it to him, and then let me click a disadvantage button there. Unless you already have whatever, I don't know. But anyway, Eldritch Blast attack number 1. Womp womp.
Well, unfortunately not. As the boat continues to rock from the different movements, you unfortunately have a hard time seeing into it, and you blast wide, thinking you see it, but then it turns out it was in a different spot.
Sorry, don't count that one. Don't count that one. That one didn't have disadvantage.
Yeah, that's all right. Just roll another one, and we'll see if that
Yeah.
one misses. If it would hit anyway. All right, so it would hit anyway. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yum yums.
Takes 13 points of damage as it is very hurt. As
All
you
right,
see,
and
it
then I'm
seems
going
to
to
be
move
continuing
5,
to swim
10,
deeper.
15, 20. I went. I don't know if you saw what I was doing, but I'm not jumping over. It should be 20 to get down to the bottom of the steps.
Yeah.
And then because I took 10 to get down there, so I'm down here at the bottom of the steps. I'm trying to make my way downtown, walking fast. Hydra's Pass. You know, I'm body bound. So.
All right. Sam scouts.
All right.
As we are getting back, as the
Are
boat
we-
moves another 20, 30 feet.
Am I able to aim at the body of the Hydra or no?
Not really. Not from where it is. The body seems to be strategically staying at least partially beneath the water as the heads are reaching up above.
If I shoot off a head, 2 more take its place, so that's a bad idea. I'm not sure what to do with this thing.
You can choose to not or hold your action or yeah. But yeah, I get the feeling that if you do too much damage, you're gonna knock off another head.
Wonder if there's any way to lure it out. The problem with too few enemies here. I'm gonna have one of my scouts go up and climb the mast.
Is that the path he's taking?
Yeah. Go up on the ropes and climb up the mast.
As he moves this side, he leaves the Hydra's range as 2 more heads swing up over the edge and attack him. Fortunately, he managed to dodge out of the first one as it snaps through some of the ropes there. The second one bites into him, dealing only 9 points of damage as it pulls back a bit, but he is hurt. And he can move the rest of his movement as he begins to climb up the mast. Scout 2.
Seeing what happened to the other scout, he's not gonna follow. I'm just gonna have him sit and aim the cannon for now,
All right, he will use his action to aim the cannon.
Seeing if he can find a good spot to hit.
Hunter Shark 24 is going to dive 70 feet beneath the water and disappear from sight. The Hydra, regaining its head. You hear scraping as coming over the edge, joining the other 4 heads. You now see 6 Hydra heads as you see its body begin to peek over the edge. And with its range, technically too far. It wants it wants 2 people in particular that it doesn't like right now. It is going to try and attack Ashburn and Sam Scout 2. First is Ashburn, and it's going to intentionally do half damage. That is going to miss him, fortunately, as he managed to dodge out of that one. It's going to make a second attack.
And now it's fortunately.
No, fortunately for y'all, I guess. Second one bites into him. It's going to deal half damage. Dealing 7 points of damage to him. As he is grappled once again, and he is pulled toward the rest of the Hydra. Let's see, it used 20 feet of movement to get up. Where it is. Let's see, that's 2 attacks. It's got 4 more. It's going to continue to attack him. Miss. Hit. 6 points of damage. Attack. Miss. Come on, man. Come on, man. That hits. There we go. As it deals 13 points of damage as Ashburn is getting hurt, and the Hydra is going to move 10 feet back over and begin to crawl down the edge of the boat with ash in its mouth. It's actually going to make an intelligence check. It's not super intelligent, but it still has to, make them. Remember tactics. It does not remember tactics. That's its turn. Hunter Shark 7 is going to attack the boat from beneath. Hit. It's going to do a little bit more damage to the boat as it shakes beneath you all. Gambit. Currently 6 heads, one of which is holding Ashburn.
Still?
Yep. Well, once again, he got out and then was brought back in.
Once again.
Once again, indeed.
Can Gambit roll a history check with, inspiration on whether or not he knows that this thing...
You can spend a hero point. I don't think Garand mentioned fire at anyone, so yeah, spend a hero point and make a history check.
Okay.
I didn't say it because I didn't think it would be helpful, so yeah, that's on me. Sorry.
Well, I feel like, it would be very likely that he would...
No.
Coming from a, but yeah.
Seafaring city.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how to do the hero point still?
Is it in
off,
actions or abilities?
It's under actions. It should be the top one, hero points. You'll unclick the last one. It looks like you only had 1 left. So you'll click that last check mark off, so they'll all be empty.
No. When do we get new ones?
Should get them at the start of the session.
Does it automatically?
It does not.
Okay, and it does that on... Okay, it doesn't.
And I forgot to mention it, so...
That's right.
So you can click off that check mark. You have 3 empty dots. Is that right? No. Okay. No, you have 2 points left. My bad.
No, because...
You check them off, so yeah, you have 2 points left.
Oh.
So now you have 1 left.
Yeah.
You check them off as you use them. That's right. I forgot. My bad.
Okay.
That's on me.
Okay.
Now you have
Okay,
one left. Now that
but
you're using
then
this one, you add the effect that's on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the effect that's underneath it for the magnifying glass. You'll add that. You'll click on that effect.
Okay, is it history?
Yes.
Okay.
Not that it would matter.
Whoa.
I guess you could. Or it could also be nature, but I don't know if you have proficiency in that either.
No.
Did you roll it?
Oh well, I can't drag anything.
Just double
Oh,
click.
there we go.
You do
15.
remember fire. Fire is good against hydras. You don't
Okay.
remember exactly why or how, but yeah, fire. You're like fire, 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 fire.
Fire is good.
Fire's not good on boats, but fire is good on hydras. And by not good on
Problem is
boats,
the Hydra's on the boat.
the hydra is on the boat. It's true. And things like fireball, if you had it, light things on fire.
Okay, going next to the, let's see, how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like walking over here. Oh, I cannot drag anything.
That's true. Just,
Going next to the cannon.
Okay.
Is there like, is there powder? Like,
No, it
gunpowder?
appears to be magically designed.
Oh, dang it.
You try and figure out how by making an Arcana check.
I'm so glad you asked. I was going to if Ashburn wasn't in the Hydra's mouth this turn.
Hmm.
That was my line of thinking as well.
Yeah, were you thinking of going like
Okay.
Gunpowder.
right here-ish? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Dang it.
Do you want to make an Arcana check to try and figure it out? It would take your action. If you succeed, you'd be able to activate it. If you fail, you would lose your action.
Has it already been successfully fired onto the Hydra? The cannon?
Not this turn. But yes, it has been
been
used.
Successfully fired on sharks.
And
It's been shot on sharks.
It made more head.
It did not hit the Hydra when they tried to shoot it.
Okay.
They missed.
Alright.
But you have seen it
will...
obliterate sharks. Well, you didn't see it. You saw
Okay.
shark blood.
I'll roll an Arcana to...
Dayton is wearing the evidence of its work.
Not that that will do anything really, because...
Listen, all you have to do
He's
is be...
stupid.
He is stupid. He does not know how
He's-
this magic works.
Stupid.
And unfortunately, is his action. Mori scouts.
Come help me shoot the thing.
What thing?
The Hydra with the cannon.
The,
I've already got one aiming.
has someone already mentioned fire damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think. Well,
Okay.
that depends. I don't think Gambit said anything about it, so no, I don't think anyone's mentioned it out loud. A couple of people have just realized it and chosen not to say anything.
Can the scouts
Hey,
try and
Fire!
figure out?
Do fire damage!
There you go.
Okay.
Kill it with
Well-
fire!
I mean, does the thunder cannon do fire damage?
No, it does thunder damage.
No, it does
Oh.
thunder damage.
Uh,
That's what I was gonna be like. I don't think the cannons will work.
oh.
Thunder is in the name.
Do okay. Let me check something real quick. Mori Scout. I have a long would I be able to like light a tip on fire with a torch or something of an arrow?
I'm gonna roll a d100 to see if they would be carrying tinderboxes on them. One of them is, yeah. Mori Scout 1 is carrying a tinderbox, so he could potentially... I Let's stamina roll a check for him to see if he can do it as a bonus action. Now, I'd probably take his action to do, but he could light a couple of arrows on fire for Mori Scout 2 as he's holding them, and then Mori Scout 2 can attack with his 2 attacks.
We can do that. Teamwork. So, do I make longbow attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they hit, they will do 1 fire damage. In addition to the arrow damage.
I didn't roll
does
that on the
not
Hydra.
hit.
Whoops.
It does miss, however.
There's 2 bow attacks.
Yep. The first arrow, as he would shoot them both at the same time, trying to hold them both. One flies wide, the other one strikes into one of the remaining heads, piercing into part of its jaw, dealing 4 points of regular damage and 2 points of fire, which the 4 did not roll onto it, but I will drag it over.
Sorry.
Oop, you're fine.
I keep forgetting to roll it onto the Hydra.
As it hisses in pain, as you see the fire smolder a little bit. Hopefully that's enough. Ashburn.
The scouts high five.
They do.
Okay.
Mr. Sparwalker is not feeling well.
Can I try and get out again?
Sure, he can use his action to make an acrobatics check and try to escape.
Cool.
Alright, against the Hydra's strength. Sorry, I should have rolled it at the same time. Bonk. This time, as he tries to pull himself out, he is having a hard time getting as it seems to lock its jaw in place. That would have been his action to try to escape.
Help! Help!
Captain!
Help me!
Stop! A little bit more of an Australian accent. Just a little bit.
Let's see. What can Dayton do?
He's got a couple of things, such as a big white
magic
greatsword.
energy, great sword, slashing damage. Yeah, let's run up and slash at him. See if I can get him to drop.
All right, Dayton pulls out the weirdly shifted version of the shattered memory that doesn't seem to fit quite right, as it seems to almost shift between having the breaks in it in a different form, but it can't seem to hold either form continually. Make the attacks with the white greatsword. Which looks like they may not be rocking, right? So that definitely hits, though it did not roll onto it properly. That was not a crit. Is it? The magical slashing damage isn't right. Let me fix that. It's supposed to make it where it can hit things that it would normally need to be magical, but I'll just let it be slashing damage. It's not going to matter for the Hydra. There you go. Now you should be able to roll it. Should be there.
Oops, that was the wrong one. Sorry.
Well, fortunately, you didn't roll it onto it, so go ahead and drag it onto the attack. You did not use Mana Pulse, but it deals 10 points of damage as he cuts in, carving into part of this head. Give him back!
And he can make 2 attacks, right?
He can make
Yes.
3 with the white
3
greatsword. That was the first one. Second one, without Mana Pulse, unfortunately misses as he strikes down. He actually cuts into part of the wood. Are you going to Mana Pulse the third one?
Yeah, let's Mana Pulse the third.
Alright, so make the third attack.
That one did not hit.
Unfortunately, slashing again, he misses the Hydra once again as he's trying, but it's rapidly moving around and as he's trying to avoid Ashburn, but still get at the head as the
Stupid thing moves too much.
Yeah. As y'all see, similar to Ashburn, the magical energy seems to gather around Dayton before moving onto the sword as he attacks, dispersing as he strikes into the wood on the ship, bringing a large downward strike. Doug. What would Doug like to do? Garand is up next.
Yeah, I guess Doug was just told fire. However, he doesn't have fire except for doing the same thing of lighting his arrows on fire.
I would make an intelligence check for me.
Which we all know Doug is great at.
Yeah, Doug is great at intelligence checks.
You're a beast.
Like
Yeah,
we said.
continue. I have no comments.
So I'm assuming he didn't notice how effective or not effective those darts were.
He did not.
The arrows. So
He was too busy trying to think of if there was anything fire he could do.
But was he smart enough to notice that the Dawn is not doing anything?
The Dawn is definitely hurting it, but it also has the capacity to burn off a head, so he is aware of that now.
So what if? Well, let's see.
It can burn off with radiant energy, but not with fire, because those are different things.
And that's just the heads, though, right?
That is the heads. I mean, technically anytime you attack it, there's a chance of hitting the heads, but yeah. Unfortunately, there's not a mechanic for choosing to hit the body.
So, hypothetically,
huh?
With Doug being able to control like where the center of this Dawn cone is, if he can see where the radius of the cone is in the middle of the sea to where the 40-foot or like the whole like 30-foot radius, like the circle, is completely from like head to toe with this Hydra, could he like turn the cone on its side and get the entire body?
If you wanted to hit Ashburn too, yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? I think Doug is more of he actually prefers to like save
people
first.
Wow.
So I think what he's going to do is actually throw down his...
Heard it here first. Doug likes to save people. Good thing your alignment is neutral good.
Round of applause, everyone.
Well, he's still like a chaotic neutral, I think.
Nope, he's neutral good.
You sure?
According to your sheet, yeah. He might be chaotic good, but if his preference is to save people, then I'm going to go with he's probably good.
Okay, well then, neutral good.
Anyway, continue.
But, anyway, so, how many heads does this Hydra currently have?
6.
And Ashburn is in one of them?
Yep.
How high from the boat is the head?
He's currently lifting Ashburn up 5 feet.
Okay, so simultaneously... well, no, that wouldn't work. Who is right in front of the Hydra?
Captain Dayton. Dayton and Ashburn.
Okay.
The 2 NPCs that the sword deemed important.
Actually, I think, yeah, Doug is probably just going to try to go up and swipe at the neck of the Hydra holding Ashburn.
He's making an attack?
Yep.
Alright, so he's going to move to the left of Dayton. What weapon are you using?
Well, he currently has the shield and Solarium.
Alright. Make an attack. First attack with the Solarium. As you do this, you feel a weird reaction with your aura. As you focus on this reaction, you'll feel this energy move into you. As y'all see, in the same way that Dayton and Ashburn had, magical energy seems to appear out of the air in the same motes that Thicket claimed that he saw in the desert ruin place gather around Doug and seem to attract to him, moving down his arm with the attack. This is going to do an additional 2d6 force damage.
To the Hydra?
Yes, let me add something to your sheet. This attack seems to be empowered by ambient magic. Let's go ahead and roll the attack. You deal 15 total points of damage as you cut into it, carving along part of the neck. It hisses around him as it squeezes Ashburn in its mouth, but it does not cut off the head.
And then bonus attack?
Yeah, your second attack, but this time, as you make the second attack, the mana still seems to be gathering and does not affect this attack. Once per turn, it seems you can use the same mana pulse ability.
Okay, so second strike. Let's use a luck.
Alright. Use a luck to reroll. As this first attack misses as it tries to dodge. But as you... Okay.
And then can I just use my magnetism, I guess?
To roll a d8 and add it? Yeah, expend the HD on your sheet, which I will go ahead and remove because it's a little more effort than I wish it was. But yeah, go ahead and roll a d8 and see if it makes it high enough to hit it. I believe that does. Let me check for you, though, just to make sure. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage. As there is silver on this, so technically your magnetism can work. As you expend one of your fighter hit die. Technically that would have been a d10, but you still hit, so it doesn't matter. Dealing another 7 points of damage, bringing you up to 22 total points, I believe. Yes, 22 total points of damage as you cut into it, unfortunately not cutting the head off. Not freeing Ashburn, but the second time as you stabbed forward, but it moved, and then you tried to push to the side using the magnetism to aid in the attack and properly striking into it. Is there anything else Doug wants to do?
Action surge.
All right, go ahead and make another 2 attacks without the mana pulse. And let's see. No, yeah, it's still Garand up next.
And I guess I'll use an inspiration for this. Or like arrow point.
Good thing.
So +3.
That's 3 to hit. All right. Unfortunately, this one misses.
That's it.
You have another attack. Action Surge gives you your full attack action, which is 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fight or go burr.
Well, never mind.
Well, fight or not go burr. Unfortunately, despite as you're swinging wildly, the Hydra just moves back, like its head back far enough that you can't reach it anymore. Garand.
Alrighty. Woohoo! Doing things.
Sam Scouts are up next.
I exist. I'm a person. Right.
You do. You've got a line of people that are in between you and the Hydra, but its heads are also sticking 5 feet in the air, so you can kind of see it anyway. You run up next to everyone else, joining the conga line of stabbing.
Wait.
Leroy!
Jenkins!
Alright, so, let us keep going with the moving things around shenanigans. Let's go with a... I don't know if it gets any kind of check. I'm gonna give strength to make it so that it's hard to swim or something. So maybe he's got problems. I don't know.
So that's a good idea. You want me to tell you why that was a good idea?
Is it something I can roll for so that Garon realizes it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a
Okay.
basic intelligence check.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, fam.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you're like, wait a second. If I stop his strength, he's gonna have a harder time holding on to someone in his mouth.
Woohoo!
Oh, there you go.
Yay! I'm helpful. All right. Do I have disadvantage to blast his body?
From 5 feet of him, yes, you would have disadvantage on the attack with a ranged attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you saying I could have seen him if I was up on the up here instead from the? Because
Yeah.
I could have made it here.
You probably could have
Alright,
just taken 5 feet backwards and seen him. Like, you could have
Alright.
stepped back up the staircase a little bit and been able to see him.
And that
Well,
would've been
actually,
enough? Oh.
no, I'm sorry, the body you would not.
What if I was here? Hold on. Boop. That says 40 because that's not where I was, but that's fine. What if
So you were...
I was there?
You were there?
Yep.
Alright, so going there... It'd be hard, but you could potentially see the body, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. As long as it's reasonable to you, at like 30 feet, running, huzzah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not trying to cheese that.
You step up, pull the... are you using the lightning in a bottle, or are you using your trident to make the attack?
Lightning in a bottle. Oh, you talking about my weapon, my feather of decim?
Yeah, which one are you using? Are you using the Feather of Decim, or are you using the Storm Phoenix
Oh
tier as your catalyst?
I'm Eldritch Blast. I'm Eldritch Blast. I think
Yeah,
I'm practicing with the weapon. I think I'm still practicing with the weapon.
No, I mean like as a catalyst. You can use your Storm or your Feather as a catalyst and shoot the lightning from the feather.
Oh yeah.
That's just
he's
in
he's
terms
been all
of just
about that.
lore. That's just a thing you can do.
No, he's been about that from day one. Like as soon as he figured that out, oh yeah, no, like that is his.
You are
Yeah,
shooting
I mean,
lightning from the tip of the spear.
It's his as my kids say, it's his toughie, without the first S. So, anyway.
It does successfully hit the Hydra. Roll damage.
No. Wait, what am I doing hitting again? All right, well, whatever. That second one's I'm pretty sure.
The second one misses. The first one hits though.
That's fine. That's what happens for getting things out of order. For
it deals
nothing. I'm pathetic. All right.
9 points of damage as you lean over the edge and manage to shoot toward the base of one of the heads, striking close to the body, not quite all the way onto it, but close, dealing the damage without cutting off any heads.
Cool. All right.
And Sam Scout, as the whole ship moves 30 feet forward, Sam Scout 1 is partially up a thingamajig. The mast.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot at the Hydra body.
All right, he will hold on with his legs along the mast. He's a sailor. He's used to this. Oh, he's not big. From 10 feet up, he is going to try to make the attacks. The first one misses as he fires, but has a hard time staying balanced as the boat is still shaking a little bit, as it appears the hunter's shark at the bottom is still shaking it around.
Okay, I'm going to shoot again. That one also misses.
Unfortunately, it also misses with the 2. Well, that's Sam 1. Do you want him to climb further up the mast or anything?
Yeah, let's go all the way up.
Alright, he is going to be climbing at half speed, but he'll be able to get 25 feet up. He is now at the... Well, yeah, he is now about the level of the first spar, the crossbeam along the mast.
Alright.
Sam Scout 2.
Scout 2. So he's already aimed it. Is he able to shoot it now?
Yeah, you can use the second... You can use another action to fire.
Alright, can we fire at the body?
You can do your best. Make the attack.
Alrighty. Man, what is with these horrible attack rolls?
As Gambit is looking at it, trying to figure out how it works, the Scout tries to push him out of the way, but it sends it off course. And as the thunder bursts forward, it ends up actually pushing the Scout backward and past Gambit as the Scout falls prone on the other side of Gambit as the cannon pushes him back. But he still has movement to stand back up if he'd like. Or he can stay down.
We'll stand back up.
He stands back up. Slightly embarrassed. A little
I
bit of a
think I'm
hurt
gonna
pride.
abandon that cannon and just go up here.
It would have
Basically knowing-
taken most of the movement, so he'd only be able to get to, like, maybe there, we'll say.
There.
And now it is the Hydra's turn. It didn't lose any heads. No one did enough damage in a single turn to make it lose one. But it is going to, as it moves down into the water a bit, pulling Ashburn with him. Ashburn is now getting into the water itself as the Hydra is beginning to dip into the water. Their head's still sticking out, but the body is in the water. It is going to make some attacks against Ashburn. First one. But the one holding on to him. Crunch. That's a crit.
07.
Deals 19 points of damage. Ashburn is really hurt. As it crunches, you hear him scream out in pain. Another attack comes toward him. As he screams, you hear a as his body flies up and lands on the edge of the, or on the boat over here. Not moving. It is going to climb back up a little bit. Back to where it can reach. As it peeks over the edge, it's going to attack. Let's see, it's still got 4 heads left. 2 for Dayton, 2 for Doug. As it brings toward Dayton, he pulls out his sword and tries to block the actual teeth of it, pushing it back, but still taking some damage. Ash! Ash! There is no response. Second attack misses Dayton as he pushes the head off to the side, kicking the second one away from him. Doug, as it comes toward you, it is going to... You have the shield AC on? I believe you do. You just have a relatively low AC in general. Oh, it's 17. It meets it. Okay. It is going to strike into you as you pull up your aura, pushing against it with the shield, actually pushing back with your aura against it as it bites around your shield from where it is. You maintain concentration on the Dawn that's slowly moving away from the boat. Its second attack against you. It is going to hit as well.
Let's use luck on that one.
A luck on that one? Alright, I will remove the HP that it did. Let's see if it hits first before I remove it. It will still hit. Right, that is the Hydra's turn. As its body is now in the water, its heads are peeking over. And the Hunter Shark is going to continue to attack the boat because it doesn't realize that's one of its allies is dead and another is swimming away. It is going to deal a bit more damage to the boat. The boat is now at 232 health. Gambit. And
Hold on.
Mori scouts are
I have
next.
to to the other room.
What was that?
I have to run to the other room. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right. So wait, Ashburn is down, right?
Mm-hmm. He is not responding.
Ashburn is not. We love a good. Oh no.
Trying to cast Enlarge on someone? I'm going to give him back 1 HP so we can see his pretty token. Because if I leave it on 0, it puts the tombstone.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it should be Tombstone.
I'm gonna let Doug. Wait, where is Ashton? Oh, I see.
Ashburn is to the far right.
Oh wait, no. Gron's there. Gron's got it. Gron's a healer. I have 0 wisdom, and that's all I can do. How many heads does the Hydra have now?
6 currently.
Oh, still no more heads.
It has not grown any. No one did enough damage to cut one off last turn. Otherwise, Ashburn would have been freed from its grasp.
Alas, is he still in its grasp?
No, it threw him onto the boat.
Okay,
I thought he landed on the
that's what I
boat.
thought.
Yeah, the Hydra threw his body back onto the boat.
You said under for a sec.
Oh, sorry. Onto. His body is off to the back side of the boat.
No fire.
Nothing fire? Nothing at all in any of your
Okay,
sheet?
Gambit wants to fire attempt to fire the thunder cannon at
You'll need
the
to aim it
Hydra,
first.
but not hit it. You know what I mean?
Like scare it?
Like, yeah, like in its ears.
Well, it's not
So
really
it doesn't like.
facing it. So you could like shoot it and attempt to intimidate it. It's currently not really pointing toward the Hydra. It's moved a little bit to be kind of just pointing into the air right now.
Well, can Gambit try to move it to where it's pointing at the Hydra?
Yeah, Gambit could use his action to aim the cannon.
What do I need to do? I need to roll something to do
Just
that.
say you want to use your action to aim the cannon.
Okay, I want to use my action to aim the cannon.
The cannon is aimed.
Somebody
Next.
fire this cannon!
Mori Scouts.
I'm stupid.
The Mori scouts
can't aim.
will help fire the cannon.
Alright, Mori Scout 1 runs to Gambit. Fires the reaches over to the cannon, says the words, and kaboosh. Shoot it at the Hydra. Gambit, were you aiming to hit it and damage it, or aiming to not hit it?
Aiming to not hit it. Aiming to intimidate it and so it doesn't make more heads, but I'm trying to get it to go away.
So you're intentionally missing it. So even though the Mori Scout will fire, it will not hit. Gambit, make an intimidation check.
Does he get advantage with help from the Mori
I'm
scout?
good at those.
No, the Mori Scout didn't know what he was doing. The Mori Scout thought he was aiming to hit it. Because that's what the Mori Scout would have done.
I'm so much good at those, so. Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
Hey!
That's 2 really great 20s tonight. I 20'd on intelligence, you 20'd on an intimidation. That's pretty great.
It shoots out the loud noise passing by it. It seems to shrink away a little bit. You'll see what effect, if any, it has on its turn. Or rather, what effect, because it certainly will have one. You did nat 20. Though technically nat 20 doesn't guarantee a skill check working, but in this case it does something. You'll also gain a hero point because you got a 20. So go ahead and unclick one of those check marks. Is Mori Scout 2 going to do anything?
Fire arrow.
He doesn't have any fire arrows left. He only lit 2 on the previous turn. But he can fire an arrow at it.
They don't have like a torch or anything that they were using?
Nah, they lit it directly from the tinderbox.
Oh, well.
He could use his action to light some more to fire on his next turn or to hand to someone else to fire, but he currently doesn't have any lit arrows.
Well. He's gonna use his action to aim the cannon Again, was Gambit communicating whether or not he was aiming at the Hydra or like almost at the Hydra?
Nope.
He did not.
Okay. Well, then I guess
This one's trying to aim at the Hydra.
well, actually, he knows that the thunder damage isn't gonna hurt. Like, is just gonna make it worse.
It can knock off a head. You are doing damage to it. It just seems that if you do a lot of damage in a single turn, or enough damage, it seems to remove a head, which it regrows. Do more in its place.
So the goal is to damage to it slowly over time, but not all at once.
I believe that is a no comment.
Yeah, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Who knows? Who knows?
You
knows.
know.
I know.
You
I
knows.
have a nose.
Well,
Anyway, is that what
yeah,
Morito is doing?
No, he'll do longbow.
2 longbow attacks. All right, go ahead and make the attacks. I love sea battles. They're not a very common thing in D&D because most dungeons are under the ground and not on the water, but they're fun. First one misses, second one hits. Roll damage. As the arrow strikes into one of its necks. As at this point, there are 6 serpent heads over the edge of the boat moving around. Only dealt 4 damage, but still, damage is damage. Ashburn's dead. Dayton.
No death save or anything.
No, he's dead. What's Dayton gonna do? Doug is up next, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I was like, this music sounds a lot like Doom. Anyways.
It is. I mean, it's from a great game, and it might be inspired a little bit, but it's from Hades.
Interesting. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna great sword attack again, I think.
Which Hades is kind of a Metroidvania bullet hell. Not Metroidvania. It is a roguelike bullet hell, which is a lot of fun. Yeah. You said he's gonna attack.
Great sword. Yep.
All right. He is angry.
Hey, we actually hit that time.
That one hits. You did not mention the mana pulse, so it will not add to that first attack, but you will hit and roll damage. Deals 11 points of damage as he cuts into one of the necks.
We're gonna do it again, and we'll do it with mana pulse this time.
There you go.
Hey.
That hits. You're gonna roll a mana pulse and the greatsword damage.
Right.
Which unfortunately didn't program right to do them at the same time, but you know, it's fine.
That's fine. Mana pulse did hardly anything.
Still works. Still does damage. That's 16 points of damage, as with the second attack, the first one comes down, he swings from right to left, cutting into the head. With his second attack, he actually grabs the head, pulls it down next to him, and with his right arm, the mana pulses through it as he shoves the sword down and slices the head off.
I'm gonna do another attack.
Brings the sword back up. It seems half the time he's wielding this great sword in basically one hand. Unfortunately, this one, as he tries to swing around from left to right, swings wide, but misses the heads as they pull back from him.
I'm gonna jump back a little bit. Back here.
Alright. Moving that far back, I'll let you know you've seen from its range that it has a 10-foot range, and it will likely attack of opportunity.
Alright, I have a reflective radiance reaction too.
Cool. So it's going to make 6 reaction attacks.
Fun.
I'm sorry, 5.
That's fine.
That makes it much
Well, that's
better.
actually a good point. I need to check the thing. It gets an extra reaction. Can you only use 1 reaction per turn? What a good question.
Typically, normally, yes, but if you wanted to have more, go for it. Third life.
Well, that's because most creatures only get one reaction.
Right.
Uh,
Pro tip: you're the DM.
okay, it can only use one reaction per triggering reaction, according to at least
Okay.
the immediate things that I saw in 5 seconds on the Google. So it's only going to do one attack.
So they get disadvantage.
All right, he Reflective Radiance, which, oddly enough, as it shifts, Doug, you see a somewhat similar to the thing that you haven't used very much, but what you know the Shattered Memory can do is reflect light. But as he does it, as the form shifts, it seems to be brighter than yours typically has been. As it shines in the eyes of the Hydra, it swings past and actually bites onto the mast before releasing and pulling back. All right, that is Dayton. Next is Doug, speaking of which, and then Garand is on deck.
Woohoo! I like being on deck.
I
You
guess
are in both ways.
I guess since we've already cut off a head, because it regenerates at the beginning of its turn, right?
It does.
I guess that being said, Doug is just going to move the Dawn to hit it again.
Go ahead and make the attack.
That works.
Yeah, I have to roll it, and it fails. It's going to take full damage.
Gross.
Only 12, not very much from the Dawn, but it does burn into it. As you see the radiance burn along, even with part of it underwater.
What's the big red X for?
That was to tell you that it failed the saving throw.
Oh.
For most saving throws, if it has a X, it means they failed. If it has a plus or a check mark, then they succeeded. That is Doug's action. Is there anything else you'd like to do? As the radiance continues to move around, as the burst of light seems to shift underneath the water and then burst upward.
Yes. Doug is going to use his bonus action to teleport, switch places.
All right, fair move. All's fair in love and war. As you swap places with the Echo. Garand. Yeah, you swap places. You don't swap places, you swap.
Alright.
How would Garand like to Garand?
Well, my oh my. I can tell that trying to heal Ash is going to be meaningless. Is that correct?
Make a medicine check. Or an Arcana check. This is a rare occurrence where both make sense.
So, is anything happening in the real world? Or
Who knows?
current day?
The Arcana, nothing comes up. Go ahead and make the medicine check too. I'll let you make both. Nothing comes to mind with the Arcana. It's hard to tell. You're not totally sure, but it doesn't look like there's life left in him. But you'd have to look closely to know for sure, but you get the sense that he may not be.
Okay,
Savable.
I'm gonna use just one healing light on him.
Yeah, there's no
So,
fail.
there you go. He theoretically healed 6 green damage in the past.
Yep. In the past where things
I
have
think
already
Christopher understands
happened.
it, but does Garand understand what's going on? That's
Does
the thing,
Garand?
so
I mean, who knows, man.
that's the thing. So,
But
yeah,
that's your
so that
bonus
was-
action.
Right, so then I'm just going to Eldritch Blast some Momo.
All right. You point the trident forward. First one hits. Badoosh. That deals 14 points of damage. Very nice. And the second one,
Oh, that,
unfortunately, misses. Or rather,
I am not doing great against this guy.
Alright, as the first one strikes in, striking in and burning away with acid part of one of the heads, but not dealing enough to cut it off. It is now Sam Scout 1 and Sam Scout 2, because all the scouts are still alive.
Sweet. Alright. Where's Scout 1? He's up on the mast.
Yeah, he's the one 25 feet up on the mast.
He's gonna Is he all the way? He's not all the way up top, is he?
No. He's only 25 feet up. The whole thing goes up about 45, 50 feet.
Can I climb up further?
Yeah, he can climb up another 15 feet, getting 40 feet in the air.
Okay, and he's gonna take a couple shots at the Hydra, at the body.
Alright. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, even if you roll max damage on both longbows, unless you crit, that does hit, make sure you roll it onto the Hydra. The scout can't do enough damage in his own turn to cut off a head.
Okay.
Even if he max damages, he does 20 without critting. So, not fortunately for you, and there's a little bit of a spoiler, that's not enough to cut off a head. The second attack does not hit, though, as the first one strikes into it, but doesn't cut off any heads. It does deal some damage. As this creature does look quite hurt.
Scout 2 is gonna go over here and up the stairs.
Okay, he's got another 10 feet, so he can get all the way up to here.
Okay. And then he's gonna be done.
Alright, it is the Hydra's turn. He has not taken fire damage since last turn, so he is going to regrow 2 heads, bringing him up to 7. Heal a little bit, as he is going to climb back up to give him some more closeness. As he moves forward, Garand, you're going to get a couple of these attacks at you. I haven't decided how many just yet. The first one hits. Does 13 total points of damage. The second head that comes toward you is going to hit as well, dealing 12 points of damage, which it occurs to me for some reason you're not making checks on Brine. I don't know why it's not triggering. Weird. Oh, it's giving them to you, my bad. I forgot that was a thing. Well, you're maintaining Brine, that's 2. It's going to make a third attack. I think it's going to stick with just 3 for now. You are dealing annoying damage to it, though. Oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally rolled damage for that one, but it's probably going to hit you. Your AC's comparatively low. It missed, so I'm going to roll a 4th attack. And that one missed. You're going to burn another attack of it. It's going to try with a 5th one, because now that I've only rolled the damage, it has to hit. Alright, there you go. It used 5 of its 7 attacks on you. Now I feel like I need to make the rest of the investment on just you. Yeah, I'm going to do that. 2 more attacks against you. That sounds nice. That hits. As all 7 of these are going right to you, as y'all see Garand is doing his best, striking heads away, trying to dodge, getting hit, getting knocked over with his aura, as even though he's doing his best, his AC is it's Garand's
Not
AC.
great.
Not great. It's like
that looks like a failed concentration.
that is. He loses that as well. Yeah, your AC is only 13. It's all right. That's
That's why I've been ranged for so long. I haven't been up in melee, like I said.
And I think that's all 7 of its attacks, and Garand is unconscious.
Did you not have a silvery barbs for one of them?
Actually, yeah, I could still silver barbs. Yeah, good call. Thanks.
All right, you can silvery barbs the last one. Let's see if it would have hit. The first one was a 5, so it would. Let's see, 5 plus 8 is 13, so it still would have hit.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but who do you want to give advantage before you go unconscious?
I will give it to who else has been dealing some damage, I guess.
Dayton, Doug,
Dayton?
and
Okay, Dayton. Oh, Doug too? Yeah, then I'd probably give it to Doug over Dayton.
That's fair. You know him better. All right, Hunter Shark 7 is going to continue.
I forgot there were sharks.
Yeah, he's just hanging out on the bottom of the boat, trying and kind of failing at breaking the hull. He hasn't he's still following orders, kind of, from the Hydra, because the Hydra's still alive. But it realized that the safest place to be was not in sight of y'all. Gambit. The Hydra's looking very hurt, but also Garand is unconscious. I love this group because y'all's healing is very limited and none of y'all have any fire spells. This would have been so much simpler if Thicket was here, and I'm glad he's not. I love you, Thicket, but Thicket makes this counter a little less interesting. So, you know. Gambit, what would Gambit like to do? It occurs to me that you're muted. Are you muted on purpose? Do you know you're muted?
I had my phone. I couldn't find it.
I just love that you packed your phone while playing.
Yikes. So what exactly did the effect of my nat 20 have on it? It got angrier?
Oh, it did. It got angrier. It
Oh.
has its fight or flight response is fight. I'll be honest, I forgot I was gonna have it move over and attack the cannon.
It teabagged Garon. That's what happened.
Basically, I'll be honest. What I thought was what I was planning to happen, and then forgot I was gonna do was attack the cannon. But it's a little late now.
Yeah.
We've gone too far to go back. So
We're in the past.
we are in the
Cannon
past,
drawn,
future,
it's all
present.
Days of future past.
Days of future, past, present. Anyway, what would Gambit like to do?
I guess
It doesn't seem to want to leave regardless.
Did it?
It has
Did
7
it
heads
sprout
now.
more heads?
It has 7 heads now.
7 heads. Okay.
Fortunately for the way it worked out, it happened to lose a head between the turn, after the turn that it had been hit by fire. Because that only lasts for 1 turn.
Dang it.
Anyway,
He can't switch with unconscious people.
it's true, he can't.
Sure
You could swap with Ashburn because he's an object right now. Dead bodies are objects, so you could do that.
I could.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, dead bodies are objects.
Alright, I would like to switch with the tombstone.
that's awfully morbid.
There's an ethical conundrum here, but it does work. Let's expend your HD. So I'm gonna mark that on your sheet for the future if anyone wants to know how. Unfortunately, the simplest way I've found to do it so far is you go into the class and level, and you can change the hit die used and just add the number to it. But you swap places with the body as the body shifts and re-falls a little bit down over here. You feel a little bad, but it's what happens.
Does it look like the Hydra has lost interest in Gron? Or is it still coming?
It has seemingly begun to turn toward Captain Morley.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Now, before it was angry, it might have taken its snack, taken 2 snacks and left. But now it's angry, so it wants to kill things. So good on you for not getting it to take 2 bodies.
Sacrificed.
Shoes. Wow. Goodness, it's a good thing John isn't here. Maybe y'all would not let him in the party after that.
So
Anyway.
is it so is it it's got its front feet over the side of the
It's about there. The body is clawed onto the side of the boat right now, yeah.
okay. Gibbet is going to move over and he's gonna grind.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna kind of be stand over him to make sure that he doesn't accidentally get hit by something. But he's not going to make a medicine check. Then, yeah, I guess since he's unconscious, he doesn't count as an ally.
He does not.
Dang it.
The Echo does.
Where's Echo?
On the opposite side of the Hydra. Over here.
But I have to walk through. I have to hit him, wouldn't he?
The ally has to be adjacent to the enemy, not to you.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I can sneak attack.
Yes.
I can sneak
Unfortunately,
attack.
because of its closeness, you would have disadvantage on a ranged attack. So you may want to make a melee attack. Unless you just want to have disadvantage and then not sneak attack.
Okay. No, you do melee.
Smart
But I
idea.
want to go for feet. I want to go for its feet.
And its feet in the water.
Sure.
Like the ones that are on the ship.
Front.
Yeah.
Because it's like perched up on the ship, right? So I'm trying to make it where it kind of has to like zoom out a little bit. So it has to take time to recover. I'm going to be attacking with my Yat again.
Alright.
Do I have sneak attack on me?
I put it onto you, but you still have to hit.
Thank you. Are you targeting the thing?
You are
the
targeting,
tank?
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No.
Unfortunately, you miss.
No.
You get ready, but as you're
Oh,
trying
so
to like
sad.
try and get at the feet, the heads are like maneuvering around in front of you, and you're having a hard time comfortably getting close enough to really attack it without getting bitten. Mori Scouts. Like Girl Scouts, but they're Moris.
I guess longbow.
Okay. Mori Scouts are feeling helpless, perhaps? Dejected? Angry? Scared? All of the above. That hits. Roll damage. Deal 5 points of damage as he releases the first arrow, the second one. Same thing for Mori... Oh, that's a miss, but same thing for Mori Scout 2, I assume. That hits. Roll damage. 5 points of damage in the second attack, and Morley is on deck.
Who's on deck?
Captain Morley. Captain.
I have to roll for.
No,
They're not doing death rolls.
he doesn't do death rolls in this case. In other cases, important NPCs might do death rolls. Not this time.
He got destroyed.
All
He's,
right.
as you say, destined to die here.
Dayton is,
Destiny, a Hydra.
Dayton is gonna make a crossbow attack with the mouse.
You cannot mana pulse on ranged attacks.
Oh, really? No. It says when you make a weapon attack.
Oh darn, in this case I'm gonna say he wants to use the sword.
Okay.
He would prefer to use the sword. I also, let me double check, is that... Does it just say weapon attack? You're right, so I guess I could be persuaded. But I think he wants to use the sword.
Fine. He's gonna go away. Draw to try to protect him. And hit him with that great sword and mana pulse.
Alright. That hits. Make sure to roll the damage onto him. Or onto the Hydra. 14 points of damage. So as Dayton moves forward, He brings the sword up, and as one of the Hydras gets close to him, he brings it up, cutting through the head, stepping forward, stepping onto another of the Hydras as it tries to bite him. He jumps up, lifting through, pulling the sword, swapping the grip so it's pointed downward, moving past the heads, cuts down into the body of the Hydra, grabs onto it, and carves down the middle as the Hydra screams out in pain. And as it begins to fall, as it dies, he turns and cuts the sword into the side of the boat before pulling himself back up. As the Hydra falls into the water, because as many heads as it has, it can still die and still only has one heart.
We have an action hero kill there.
As the hunter shark sees the body of the Hydra, it will leave.
Drop death charges.
Depth charges. Oh, note to self: figure out how to make D&D depth charges for next time I play a character. As Morley climbs back up, he wrenches the sword back out of the boat. Looks over to Grund, get him up. We're dragging the sword over. Kneeling next to Ashburn, dropping the sword off to the side. Picking up the body of his friend. You did well. You know, when we made that bet that one of us was going to go out like this, I really expected me to lose. The somewhat open eyes of Ashburn, he pulls up his hand and closes the eyes. It's an honor leading you, my friend. What are y'all doing with Garand? He's still dying.
Immediately seeing that Hydra is dead is going to do his best to save lives. Correct.
All right.
So that means he will be making that message.
Correct.
He is bad at those, but he will do them because he cares about his friend. Yay,
He rolls
finally.
successfully, managing to stop up the wounds. It'll take some time for Grund to wake up on his own, but he is alive and he is stable.
Dang, I thought we
And
were-
these are killer.
Yeah, and unfortunately, unless someone has anything to wake him up, he does have to sleep for a bit before he can wake up, and then he has to take a long rest to get his health back. And
I might have good berries, maybe. I forget when the last time we gave him some was.
But I think before we left the inn, I got at least a few, but I don't know if those would.
yeah, it was a 50-50 chance, I decided, and it was enough. Thicket has basically made it standard practice that every morning he gives you all a good berry. That he says, keep this on. Well, normally, do you feed it to them, or do you normally let them eat it, or tell them to save it?
I normally give them to Doug because he's the one who has to have a stockpile of them.
All right, then Doug would have, we'll say 2. But you can give a couple to Garand, enough to wake him up. Garand, as you are woken up, as you are fed this blueberry tasting, I've decided, unless you want them to be a different berry taste. Fruit is it rose petal thicket?
What?
What flavor are the berries?
let's say it's like ambrosia, and it's like whatever you like it to taste like.
What is Garand like? What kind of sweet thing does he like?
I mean, being from a forest, yeah, some kind of berry would be good.
Okay, as this is placed into your mouth, and you've had it before, but as you're unconscious, the familiarity of floating, rocking on a boat, or floating in the sea, unconscious, is oddly familiar, oddly settling. And as you feel the familiar taste, the memory of you and some of the other kids in the tribe searching out in the woods for blackberries, eating your fill while bringing baskets of them back, you end up waking up, seeing Gambit and Doug over you as you're lying partially on a staircase. As you look down to see Dayton facing away from you all, has these ropes that seems to be he's tying, as he seems to have moved Ashburn onto a cloth and is wrapping it around him. As you all watch and wait, he finishes tying the body, carrying it up himself as the scouts fall, or as the crew members follow, that even though you don't have faces, you get a sense of sadness from them. As he carries the body up to the back of the boat. You did well. You spent as many nights on these waters as you did off of them. Our friend and first mate, may your death have great value, and all those who remember you be made better for it. And now I return you to these waters, the ones you lived upon and gave your life upon. Goodbye, my friend. As he gently releases the body off the back of the boat, receiving a sailor's funeral, as the scouts and Dayton all quietly wait as the body drifts out of sight. As you all see this happen, the world begins to fade. The rocking slows down. I believe all of you wear shoes, but you feel the ground shift underneath you, be less solid, like you're standing upon sand. And as you find yourself taking a breath, you will functionally get a short rest. But as we do that, that will be the end of the session for tonight. As you see, this person that you get the sense could never have been saved. No matter how many times you could go into this memory, you get the sense he would always die. Just as he had. What really happened.
I will have just a short rest to make sure that's not a rest applies to anybody to heal business and extra D6. Okay, healing. They're helpful.
Alright, I will also add the XP from the fight. Good job. For anyone who wants to expend HD, particularly Garand and Doug, you can expend some. If you do, you get an extra D6 once you're done. Ron, it hurts real bad. You got chewed up a little bit.
All right, I used all my and I was down one point. So.
Well, it's perfect. The Song of Rest should add the extra d6 you need.
No, I haven't included the d6. I rolled it earlier on, thinking that I was going to roll well, and then as I rolled it, I started rolling.
Well, we'll leave it for now, but also it's worth noting, in the future, the Song of Rest does have to be the last thing after you've finished using HD.
That's fair.
Just one of the weird stipulations of the thing. Yeah, we'll go ahead and say goodnight on the recording. We'll finish up XP and stuff. We hope you all had a wonderful time, enjoyed being with us, enjoyed the emotional moment that I think I did good. Hope that was a fun fight for everyone. I hope it was fun to watch, fun to play. And we will see you all again next week as we continue down the road of these memories. Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye.